University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, welcome to another second-round match in this year's championship. All the teams we're seeing at this stage have at least avoided the ignominy of crashing out in round one, but now they meet tougher opposition as the surviving teams battle it out to become one of the last 8 in the quarter-finals. Now, Sheffield University's first-round match gave them a convincing win over Magdalen College, Cambridge. They'd established a 100-point lead by the halfway mark and managed to hang on to it for the rest of the match. Let's meet them again.
Hello, my name is Anthony Thomason from Warrington, reading Social and Political Studies.
Hi, I'm Helen Halliburton from Shirley in Solihull, and I'm studying dentistry.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Graham Gaff from East Boldon and Tyne-and-Wear, and I'm studying biological chemistry.
Hello, I'm Karen Jones from Sheffield, reading Hispanic Studies.
Now, Corpus Christi College, Oxford are also through to this stage with an impressive first-round win under their belt, having knocked out Trinity College, Cambridge. Their total on that occasion was 195, which is exactly what their opponents tonight scored. So this promises to be a needle match. Let's meet the Corpus Christi team again.
Hello, I'm Nick Sharp, I'm from Rugby and I'm reading English.
Hello, I'm Stefano Mariani from Rome and I'm reading History.
And their captain.
Hello, I'm Charles Oakley from Bedford, reading for a DPhil in Applied Mathematics.
Hello, I'm David Whitley from Chester, reading English.
OK, you all know the rules. 10 points for starters, 15 for bonuses, 5-point penalties if you interrupt to start a question incorrectly. Fingers on the buzzers, here's your first starter for 10. What former slum district of Manhattan's Lower East Side shares a name with films of 1939 and
Corpus Christi Mariani.
Hell's Kitchen.
Hell's Kitchen is right. Your bonuses are on Mugs Games, Corpus Christi. Which philosopher and author's many novels include The Philosopher's Pupil, first published in 1983, which includes the lines, "Who could fathom Plato's mind? Unless one's a genius, philosophy is a mugs game."
Umberto Eco?
No, that was Iris Murdoch. Poetry is not a career, but a mugs game. No honest poet can ever feel quite sure of the permanent value of what he's written. He may have wasted his time and messed up his life for nothing. These are the words of which American English poet recalled on his death in 1965?
Eliot?
Correct. Trying to predict the future is a mugs game, but we need to have some sort of idea of what the future is actually going to be like, because we're going to have to live there probably next week. Which author's words are these in The Salmon of Doubt, published in 2002?
Douglas Adams.
Correct. Another starter question. Identify the author of these lines. Oh, for a beaker full of the warm south, full of the true, the blushful hypocrite.
Sheffield Jones.
John Keats.
Yes, it is from the Ode to the Nightingale. Your bonuses are on allusions, specifically figures who appear under multiple headings in the Oxford Dictionary of Allusions. Which figure from Greek mythology appears under the headings of ambition, ascent and descent, and failure?
Achilles?
No, it's Icarus, the title character of a poem of 1798 who appears under curse, perseverance, storytellers and travellers and wanderers.
The Ancient Mariner?
Correct. Which couple appear under a record number of headings, including happiness, innocence, generation of life, nakedness, punishment, and rebellion and disobedience?
Adam and Eve?
Adam and Eve is right. Level pegging, 20 points apiece, 10 points for this. The 1798 essay on the principle of population was written by which English economist and clergyman, propounding the...
Corpus Christi Mariani.
Malthus.
Malthus is right. You retake the lead and you get bonuses on food, firstly for 5. What Indonesian word is used for a hot condiment or sauce consisting of an uncooked mixture of crushed chili, salt and lemon or lime juice, and which may have prawns or shrimp paste added?
Sambal.
Sambal.
Yeah.
Sambal.
Correct. Literally meaning hot spice mixture and originally from the Arabic for necessities. What two-word term is used for the principal spice mixture in North Indian cooking, the spices of which are usually dry roasted before use and then added to the dish as a final flavouring?
Garam masala?
Correct. Gomo shio is a simple Japanese spice mixture of salt and witch seeds, the oil of which is said to have been the only cooking oil used in Japan in the distant past and which is still the most highly esteemed.
Sesame.
Correct. Another starter question. Which recreational sport was initiated almost single-handedly by the Scottish traveller and philanthropist John McGregor in the 1860s, becoming an Olympic sport in 1936, at which the Swede Gert Fredriksson won 6 gold medals?
Sheffield Gaff.
Canoeing.
Canoeing is right. Your bonuses are on antibiotics. Firstly, for 5, chemically, the beta-lactam antibiotics all have a 4-membered cyclic amide ring containing 3 atoms of carbon and 1 atom of which element?
Nitrogen.
Correct. Which group of beta-lactam antibiotics was discovered in 1928, leading to the award of a Nobel Prize for its discoverer?
Penicillin.
Correct. Which part of the bacterial cell is disrupted by the beta-lactam ring of the penicillins, leading eventually to bursting of the cell?
Cell wall.
The cell wall is right. That takes you on to level pegging. Another 10 points at stake for this. In radioactive alpha decay, for each alpha particle lost, the atomic number of the decaying element decreases by how many?
Corpus Christi Whitley.
2.
2 is correct. Your bonuses are on book burning. We all know that books burn, yet we have the greater knowledge that books cannot be killed by fire. No man and no force can put thought in a concentration camp forever. Which US president said that in his message to the booksellers of America?
Truman.
No, it was Franklin Delano Roosevelt. Secondly, noting the survival of the works of a persecuted historian after a burning order, which Roman author ridiculed, quote, the stupidity of men who suppose that the despotism of the present can actually efface the remembrances of the next generation.
Cicero. No. Cicero.
No, it's Tacitus. Which author's 1990s trilogy did a Catholic Herald writer describe as far more worthy of the bonfire than Harry Potter?
Philip Pullman.
Correct. We're going to take our first picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see an outline image of an animal that lives in a freshwater environment. For 10 points, I want you to give me its common name.
Corpus Christi Oakley.
The water boatman.
That is correct. So we say with pond life for your picture bonuses, 3 more freshwater animals to identify. I want the common name in each case. Here's the first for 5 points.
Pond skater. The pond skater.
Correct. Next also for 5.
Water scorpion. Water scorpion.
Correct. And finally,
Any idea?
What was it?
A mayfly.
Possibly, yes.
A mayfly.
no, it's a dragonfly nymph. Another starter question. Which seaward extension of a barrier island in Brevard County, east central Florida, is separated from the mainland by the Indian and Banana rivers and was renamed Cape Kennedy in 1963? It officially...
Sheffield Halliburton.
Cape Canaveral.
That is correct. Here are your bonuses. I will read extracts by natives of 3 of the 10 states that joined the EU in 2004 for 5 points each. I want the name of the country or people being described. Firstly, melancholy, suicidal self-improvers, scientific and cultural prodigies with sharp minds and a tendency to lose wars. They're extraordinarily adaptable. They're great footballers. Having got so far, I forget which of these is serious and which a joke.
Poland.
No, that's Hungary. Despite martial law in 1981 and all-round hatred of the regime, not one act of terrorism was committed. Most of us do not see acceptance as a special present from the West. If it were not for the Yalta Agreement, we would have been part of the EU from its very beginning. Come on.
Poland.
That is Poland, yes. Of all the Baltic peoples, we are the only one never to become a seafaring nation. Perhaps we should blame our sandy shores. As soon as you reach them, you want to sunbathe, not build a navy.
Estonia.
No, it's Lithuania. Another starter question. From the Latin word for a night lamp, what term can mean the place or occasion of severe test or trial, or a situation in which different elements interact to produce something new? This meaning being derived from its use in science for a ceramic or metal container.
Corpus Christi Sharp.
Crucible.
Crucible is correct. Your bonuses are on names, Corpus Christi. What was the name of the British warship which was the world's largest battle cruiser of its time when it was hit by the Bismarck off Greenland in 1941, the resulting explosion killing all but 3 of her crew of 1,400?
The HMS Hood.
Correct. HMS Hood was named after Admiral Samuel Hood, who in 1793 captured which major French naval base on the Côte d'Azur and held it until driven out by Bonaparte?
Marseille.
No, it's Toulon. In which US state is Mount Hood, one of the highest peaks in the Cascade Range, northeast of the state capital, Salem?
Oregon. Oregon.
Correct. 10 points for this starter question. Clemens, Wenzel, Nepomuk, Lothar were the first names of which Austrian prince who, as Minister of Foreign Affairs, hosted the Congress of Vienna?
Sheffield Jones.
Metternich.
Metternich is right. Here are your bonuses. They're on Asian cathedrals. Firstly, for 5, built of adobe in the Romanesque style, which Asian capital's cathedral is a see established following conquest by Spain in 1578 and is the 6th to rise on the site, former edifices having been destroyed by earthquakes, fire and war? I need an answer.
Istanbul.
No, it's Manila. Designed by Sir William Emerson in 1870, All Saints Cathedral is situated in which city, midway between Lucknow and Varanasi? The city lies at the confluence of the Ganges and Yamuna rivers and is the site of the Kumbh Mela festival.
Pune.
No, it's Allahabad. Destroyed by a fire caused by a typhoon in 1835, although the striking facade has survived, St. Paul's Cathedral, built by Jesuits from 1582, is situated in which former Portuguese territory?
Goa.
No, it's Macau. Another starter question. In which English county may visitors see a tapestry of Peter the Great triumphing over the Swedes and one of the greatest Jacobean long galleries in the mansion called Blickling Hall, which now belongs to the...
Corpus Christi Sharp.
Norfolk.
Norfolk is right. Your bonuses are on actors. Which actor's first role in a feature film was a brief appearance in the 1997 film Wild, followed 4 years later with the role of Legolas in the Lord of the Rings trilogy?
Orlando Bloom.
Correct. In the 1992 film adaptation of Virginia Woolf's novel Orlando, in which Quentin Crisp plays Queen Elizabeth I, who played the title character, changing sex when moving from one historical context to another?
Tilda Swinton. Tilda Swinton.
Correct. Orlando, son of Roland de Bois, was played by which actor in a film version of 1936, shortly before he received greater recognition for his roles in film versions of Wuthering Heights and Pride and Prejudice?
Alec Guinness.
Come on.
Alec Guinness.
No, it was Laurence Olivier. Another starter question. Which adjective has been used in nicknames applied to the Greek philosopher Hypatia, the soprano Maria Callas, the footballer Roberto Baggio, and the performer Sarah Bernhardt?
Sheffield Gaff.
Divine.
Divine is right. Your bonuses are on soil, nutrients and plants. For each plant function, I want the soil nutrient involved. Firstly, a metallic element found in plasticyanin and used in electron transfer.
Copper.
Copper is right. A metallic element found in chlorophyll?
Magnesium.
Correct. A component of nitrate reductase with a key role in nitrogen metabolism?
Iron.
No, that's molybdate. We're going to take a music round now. For your music starter, you're going to hear an excerpt from an opera based on a play by Shakespeare. 10 points if you can tell me the name of the composer and the play on which it's based.
Corpus Christi Mariani.
Verdi Falstaff.
No, you may hear a little more, Sheffield.
Sheffield Gaff.
Verdi, Henry V.
No, it is Verdi, and the piece is from Falstaff, but the play I wanted was The Merry Wives of Windsor. So music bonuses in a moment or two. 10 points for this starter question. Born in Tuscany in 1884, which painter and sculptor's first one-man show in Paris included some nudes which contributed to its closure for indecency on the first day? He's particularly associated with richly coloured, elongated portraits.
Corpus Christi Mariani.
Modigliani.
Correct. So, you get the music bonuses. 3 more pieces from operas based on works by Shakespeare, in each case name the play on which it's based. Firstly.
It's Othello.
It is, yes. Here's the second.
All his sons are dead. The one that all the sons No, but Ophelia's sons, my sons, all his sons are dead.
Oh, sorry. Okay, King Lear.
No, it's Macbeth. And finally this.
I don't have the libretto, I don't know what she's going on. Go with the Merchant of Venice.
Merchant of Venice.
No, it was Romeo and Juliet. Another starter question. What name is given to the method of treating long bone fractures by way of a steel pin passed through the end of the bone and secured firmly in a stirrup when the fracture cannot be adequately treated by a plaster cast?
Sheffield gaff.
Screw.
No, anyone to buzz from Corpus? No, I'll tell you, it's traction. Another starter question. Emile Herzog is the real name of which Anglophile French writer?
Sheffield gaff.
Hergé.
No, you lose 5 points. Anglophile French writer, the author of 2 novels based on his experience with British troops in World War I, as well as a history of England, but is perhaps better known as a biographer whose subjects include Shelley, Balzac and Proust. Oh, I'll tell you, it's André Maurois. Another starter question. Which animal food product has varieties called, among others, honeycomb and broad seam? The word in question may also be used figuratively.
Sheffield Jones.
Tripe.
Tripe is right, yes. OK, your bonuses are on literature and dentistry, Sheffield. Which British author is said to have spent over £20,000 on extensive dental work, described in his memoir? You don't need to buzz, you can just tell me when I finish. Described in his memoir Experience, first published in 2000.
Martin Amis.
Correct. Which British author has his character Nina Blount say in a work of 1930, all this fuss about sleeping together? For physical pleasure, I'd sooner go to my dentist any day.
Ian Forster.
No, it's Evelyn Waugh in Vile Bodies. Which Irish author wrote to his brother Stanislaus in 1907, "My mouth is full of decayed teeth and my soul of decayed ambition"?
James Joyce.
It was James Joyce. Another starter question. Which property of water has the value 1 × 10 to the minus 14 moles squared per litre squared at a temperature of 25 degrees Celsius?
Sheffield Thomason.
Oxygen.
No. Anyone want to buzz from Corpus?
Corpus Christi Oakley.
It's pH hydrogen ions. It's the
It is the presence of hydrogen ions in water, the ionic product.
ionic.
Is that what you're
Yes.
saying? I'll take your word for it. OK, good. Right, you get a set of bonuses then. They're on an 18th century Prime Minister. Which Prime Minister was the son of the first Earl of Guildford and also served as Chancellor of the Exchequer and Leader of the House during his term of office from 1770 to 1782 during the American War of Independence? Come on.
no idea. How many? OK, pass.
That was Lord North. As Prime Minister, Frederick North was given the mythological name Boreas after the son of Astraeus and Eos. What did Boreas personify?
The northern wind.
The North Wind is right. One of the most significant acts of North's ministry was the decision in 1770 to retain duty on what commodity imported into the British colonies?
Tea.
Tea, leading to the Boston Tea Party. Another starter question. What 2 letters are an abbreviation for an established church, a non-religious substitute for the letters AD, and the symbol of...
Corpus Christi Mariani.
CE.
CE is right. Your bonuses are on scientific terminology. Firstly, for 5, in physics, what letter denotes the electron shell in an atom corresponding to a principal quantum number of 7, being the outermost shell for heavy radioactive elements?
F. Is it? F.
No, that's Q, or the Q shell. In chemistry, a Q gas is based on which gas with under 2% butane?
Argon.
No, it's helium, also known as Q10. What term is used in biology for the ratio of the rate of progress of any reaction or process at a given temperature at temperatures 10 degrees apart?
Oh. The Arrhenius factor.
No, it's the temperature coefficient. Another starter question. What links the designer of the Steiner House in Vienna with the author of Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and an alleged paramour of David Beckham?
Sheffield Halliburton.
Lose.
Loose is right, yes. Your bonuses, then, Sheffield, are on a Latin word. Firstly, its title a Latin verb. Which 1996 work by Melvin Bragg concerns the semi-mythical 7th century saint Beggar? Come on.
Key.
No, it's credo. Credo quia absurdum est, I believe, because it is absurd, is a paradox founded on a passage from which theologian born Carthage around 160? No?
No.
That's Tertullian, and the formula credo ut intelligam, I believe, in order to understand, summarizes the idea that the task of reason is that of elucidating things already accepted by faith as divine revelation. To which church father born in North Africa in 354 is it generally ascribed?
St. Augustine.
Of Hippo, yes. OK, we're going to take our picture round now. You're going to see a watercolour for 10 points. Tell me the name of the artist.
Corpus Christi Whitley.
Rennie Mackintosh?
It is Charles Rennie Mackintosh, yes. So your picture bonuses are 3 more watercolours by Charles Rennie Mackintosh, each one depicting a detail of a tree. In each case, I want you to give me the common name of the tree depicted. Here's the first.
It's a pine.
Is it Douglas fir?
It's a Douglas fir.
If you've got no better idea.
Well, it's a pine tree.
OK, secondly, for 5 points.
No, it's not.
Is it hazel?
Hazel?
Oh, I'm guessing they have catkin.
Come on.
Hazel?
Hazel is right. Finally, which tree is depicted here?
It's a horse chestnut, isn't it? Yeah.
Horse chestnut?
Horse chestnut is right. 10 points for this starter question. From a Spanish word meaning fragrant, what term is used for a rich, dark-coloured sweet sherry?
Corpus Christi Mariani.
Oloroso.
Oloroso is right. Your bonuses are on a physical condition, Corpus Christi. Medically, what condition is referred to by the term asthenia, as in neurasthenia or myasthenia? Come on.
No idea.
It's weakness or loss of energy. The asthenosphere, or sphere of weakness, is a layer studied by specialists in which science?
Or is it? Is it radio? Wait.
Come on.
Geologists.
It was, yes, plate tectonics. When John Betjeman wrote, "Oh, weakness of joy, the speed of a swallow, the grace of a boy," he was describing which tennis-playing heroine of a subaltern's love song?
What was that? Joan Hunter Dunn.
It was, yes. Another starter question. Accomplishment in which craft links Hester Bateman, born London 1709, the American folk hero Paul Revere, and the former England spin bowler...
Corpus Christi Mariani.
Silversmithing.
Silversmith is correct, yes. Your bonuses are on the titles of works by Bertolt Brecht. Firstly, for 5, Anna Fearling supports her family by running a canteen for the Swedish Army during the 30 Years' War and is known by what epithet in the title of Brecht's play of 1941?
Mother Courage.
Correct. Shen Te, who works as a prostitute in pre-war China, is known by what epithet in the title of Bertolt Brecht's play of 1943?
No idea.
She was known as the Good Woman of Szechuan. And finally, what name did Brecht give to the Chicago gangster whose rise to power mirrored that of Hitler's in his play of 1957?
Who?
Mackie Messer.
Come on.
Mackie Messer, no. Mackie Messer.
No, it's Arturo Ui. Another starter question. Home to the so-called Bond Street of the East Coast, which town to the north of Clacton was developed as an exclusive resort by Sir Richard Cooper and was noted for many years for its absence of pubs, chip shops and ice cream stalls?
Sheffield Halliburton.
Eastbourne.
No, anyone to buzz from Corpus Christi?
Corpus Christi Whitley.
Morecambe?
Morecambe?
What do I know?
You're not doing geography, obviously. No, it's printed on sea. Another starter question. Harold Wilson, Margaret Thatcher, James Callaghan and Michael Foot were successive holders of what office?
Sheffield Gaff.
Leader of the opposition.
Correct, yes. Your bonuses are on islands. Which island gives its name to the shipping forecast area that runs north and east from the Scilly Isles? Come on.
Jersey.
No, that's Lundy. In the House of Commons, the Scilly Isles are represented by the Member of Parliament for which constituency that also includes Land's End? Come on.
Liscard.
No, it's St Ives. According to Arthurian and other legends, which lost land was the home of the hero Tristan and was said by Sir Thomas Malory to have at one
Avalon.
time connected the Scilly Isles with Cornwall?
Avalon.
No, it's Lyonesse or Lioness. Another starter question. In broad geographical and cultural terms, what name is given to the region of the North Pacific that includes the Marianas, Carolines, Marshalls?
Sheffield Gaff.
Micronesia.
Yes, you're right. Your bonuses are on works inspired by the myth of Prometheus. Firstly, which Athenian tragic dramatist is generally regarded as the author of Prometheus Bound, which tells of the title character having given mankind fire being chained to a remote crag as a punishment on the order of Zeus?
Aristophanes.
No, it's Aeschylus. Which Gothic novel of 1818 is subtitled The Modern Prometheus?
Frankenstein.
Correct. Prometheus, first performed in 1966, is the last in a trilogy of music dramas by which German composer, also noted for his secular oratorio of 1937, Carmina Burana?
Karl Orff.
Karl Orff is right. 10 points for this starter question. History gets thicker as it approaches modern times. Which historian made this observation in a 1965 work on English history from 1914 to 40?
Sheffield Halliburton.
Winston Churchill.
No, you lose 5 points to 1945. No, you're not going to tell me it's A.J.P. Taylor. Another starter question. Which shrub has fragrant lilac, yellow or white flowers, is attractive to butterflies, and was named...
Corpus Christi Sharp.
Buddleia.
Buddleia is right. Your bonuses are on a body part. What did Woody Allen call my second favourite organ? Come on.
Shall we be facetious?
Brain.
The brain is correct, and at the gong, Sheffield have 145, Corpus Christi College Oxford have 240. Well, Sheffield, you leave us, but you leave us, you know, with some distinction, getting through to the second round, so thank you for joining us. Corpus Christi, 240 is a very respectable score. We should look forward to seeing you in the quarter-finals. I hope you can join us next time for another second-round match, but until then, it's goodbye from Sheffield University.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Corpus Christi College, Oxford.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.
The curious and the challenging. If you want to stretch your mind yet further, Mind Games offers puzzles, anagrams and conundrums on BBC 4 now.